In this video, we're going to look at harder questions involving trigonometry. And the first one is to find the height and the area of this triangle. So what we can see about this triangle is that it's an isosceles triangle. And isosceles triangles have a property that if you draw a line of symmetry down, it will split it exactly in half. So if we draw a line of symmetry down here, the isosceles triangle would be able to be folded on top of itself, and we'd have a right angle triangle. So if we draw that triangle now, what we have is we'll have a right angle at the bottom. The angle at the top will be split in half, so it's now going to be 55 degrees. And the baseline has been halved, so it's going to be 6. So if we're trying to find the height, let's call this x. We've got a right angle triangle, so we need to label the sides. So the side opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse. The side opposite to the angle is the opposite. And then the last side is the adjacent. And what we can see is we want to find the adjacent, and we know the opposite, so the side we don't care about is the hypotenuse. So whenever we go to SOHCAHTOA, we can get rid of the trig functions which have a hypotenuse. So that's SO and CA, and we're left with TOA. So that means we're going to have tan of A equals the opposite over the adjacent. And we can put in our values. So we've got the tan of 55 is 6 over x. And we can work out the tan of 55 to be 1.4281. It's going to equal 6 over x. And at this stage, what we need to do is multiply up by the denominator. So we multiply by x. And we get 1.4281x equals 6. So then dividing by 1.4281, we'll leave x on its own, and we'll get x to equal 4.201. So that means the height of the isosceles triangle is 4.201 centimeters. So whenever we try and work out the area is a half times the base times the perpendicular height, which is a half times 12 times 4.201, which will give us 25.2 squared centimeters. The next example then, I walk 6 kilometers due north and 5 kilometers due east on what bearing? Now that's a new word, and bearings are measured from a north line, and they're measured in a clockwise direction, and they should always have 3 figures. So you could have 0, 0, 8 degrees would be the bearing from a north line in here, where that would be 8 degrees, and so on. So what bearing would I walk to return to my starting point, and how far do I walk altogether? So a diagram is going to help with this. So I'm walking 6 kilometers due north, and then 5 kilometers due east. On what bearing must I walk to return to my starting position? So the bearings are measured from a north line in a clockwise direction. So what we're going to be looking for is this angle, the obtuse angle here, round to the triangle. Now, to do that, what we know is we've got a right angle triangle in here, and if we worked out the angle at the top, so let's call this angle x, if we work that out, we'll be able to find what this full angle is going to be, because we know the angle is about a point, or 360 degrees. We'll know that this angle is 90. So if we know what x is, we can take 90 and x away from 360, and that'll give us the clockwise bearing back to the original point. So we need to label the sides, and we've got the right angle, so then the side opposite it is the hypotenuse. The side opposite the angle is the opposite, and the one beside it is the adjacent. And we can see that we know the adjacent and we know the opposite. We've got the hypotenuse, which we don't care about. So then whenever we're going to SOHCAHTOA, we're trying to look for the one that doesn't have an edge. So we can get rid of SO and CA, and we're left with TOA. So that's the tan of A equals the opposite over the adjacent. So that's the tan of X is equal to 6 over 5. We can't divide by tan, we need to do the inverse tan. So X equals tan to the -1, so that's second function or shift on your calculator. And we get an angle of 50.19 degrees. But again, the question said bearings, so we're looking for this outside angle. So that angle is going to be 360 degrees minus 90 minus 50.19, which gives us 219.81 degrees. And that's the bearing we'll walk. Now to work out the total distance, that's going to be the 6 kilometres up, 5 east, and then the distance back again. So we're trying to find the length of the hypotenuse. And for that, we can use Pythagoras' theorem. So for that, we have the A, B, and C. We've got A squared plus B squared equals C squared, where C is the hypotenuse. So if we substitute in the sides, we've got 5 squared plus 6 squared equals C squared. So that's 25 plus 36 is C squared. So 61 is C squared, and then if I do the square root, I get that C is the square root of 61, which is 7.81 kilometres. Therefore, the total distance walked is 6 plus 5 plus 7.81, which is 18.81 kilometres. A man stands at a point P, 45 metres from the base of the building that is 20 metres high. Find the angle of elevation of the top of the building from the man. Now, an angle of elevation is the angle that you look up at something. So if normal eye level is horizontal and then you're looking up at something, then that's the angle of elevation. If you're looking down at something, so again, if the horizontal is eye level and you're looking down to the ground at something, that angle is the angle of depression. So the angle of elevation is looking up at something, angle of depression is looking down. So what we need to do for this question is draw a diagram first of all. So here I've got my building, which is 20 metres tall, and the point P, which is 45 metres from the base of the building. Now, I suppose technically the angle of elevation should be from eye level, but because the distances involved are really big, the height of the person isn't really going to make much of a difference here. So we'll just assume it to be from the ground. So the angle of elevation is from the horizontal up to this red line to the top of the building. And let's call that angle X. Now, a building and the ground are going to be at right angles to each other. So we can draw the right angle symbol. And what we've got here is really just a right angle triangle. So in a right angle triangle, we need to label the sides. The side opposite the right angle is the hypotenuse. The side opposite the angle is the opposite. And then the one beside the angle is the adjacent. And we know the adjacent is 45 and the opposite is 20, which means the hypotenuse is the one we don't care about. So whenever we look at SOHCAHTOA, we need to get rid of the options with the hypotenuse. So that's SO and CA, which leaves us with TOA. TOA is the tan of A equals the opposite over the adjacent. So if we put our information in, we've got the tan of X equals 20 over 45. So we'd want to divide by tan, but we can't do that. So we have to do the inverse tan, the second function, or the shift of tan. And it's tan to the minus 1 of 20 over 45. So our calculator will do shift or second function and then press tan and then put in 20 over 45 and we get an angle of 23.96 degrees to 2 decimal places. Interestingly, or not so interestingly, if the person was at the top of the building looking down at the point P, because of alternate angles in a Z shape, the angle of depression would also equal the angle of elevation. So the angle of depression from the top of the building down to the point P would also be 23.96. At least it's interesting to me. Bye bye.